trip.
Done.
All right, we are here
What have we
with Branchy and Delby.
Oh, fuck, yeah. We got to
doing the
Shit,
intro.
I forgot about that, yeah.
We're joined by Wolfie at the very end, and he jumps on for Patreon. So if you do
Yeah.
enjoy it, get around it. Patreon, there's bonus episodes, no adverts, and you get some merch if you join as well, which is some new cool designs that Branchy's done.
Yes, but before we get into what we talked about in this episode is brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. If you're watching at home, you'll see
I'm
behind
really
Delby.
looking forward to alltradescover.com.au's end of year party.
That's going to be good.
The sports day is going to be so sick. I wonder if they cover themselves. I'm sure they could, but I can't say exactly what they'd cover.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, if you want to know what they're going to cover you for, maybe just hit them up.
Alltradescover.com.au. If you're a sole trader, if you're a tradie, if you've got your own business, give them a shout out, or go give them a little contact and say the Hard Yarns boys sent you.
Yes.
And they might give you some money.
Correct.
No, they're going to give you a quote and hopefully they do you a better deal than elsewhere.
Well, these guys got a bit of a subtle plug as well for the rest of the pod. Anyway, but feed.
Yeah.
Feed
him, brother. Feed him.
Feed, mate. Yeah. Fuck, I'm loving it. And they're actually going to give us a gift pack for our run.
Sick.
With the oyster, and I think he said the beef liver complex.
Cool.
But I've been having it.
As in to give away or to have before we do it?
Give away.
Oh, dope.
At the end of the race, maybe we'll do a
So the details are in this pod.
Yes. But
Ironically.
feed, the supplement, and it's very bioavailable. That's the important part.
Hell yeah.
You don't just piss it out like a lot of them. And it's all ethically sourced, which is great.
Really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
grass-fed, pasture-raised, all that sort of stuff. So,
Nice.
get around, feed, links in our bio, and the hard yarn is the code word.
Feed the animal that feeds you, that feeds the pod.
Yes, and then we've also got Kahuna Golf.
On your news feed.
We have a good chat about Kahuna Golf, or golf in general. But Kahuna Golf, look good, feel good, play good.
Change the code word to hard yarn.
Yes.
Again,
Yep,
hard
it
yarn
is.
or hard yarns?
Hard yarn.
Hard yarn.
Hard yarn.
So 15% off.
Is this on your Patreon?
These
These cunts have to pay and then they listen to ads on the Patreon.
This is the intro to the normal sesh.
Just jump in, Wolfie. I love it.
And Wolfie started a new pod called Circling the Drain, so get around that.
Yeah, it's good. Is it?
Well, I won't upload it until the clips start.
This episode's brought to you by Goat Tape. Goat Tape I've been using. You can see the little sticker here on the front, and it's what I've noticed specifically, and this is what I want to really push, is you do see some sort of impact when it comes to the ability to breathe when you're exercising and snoring.
Have you just been breathing normally with your
Yes.
stupid nose and mouth?
But what
Get goat tape to open that shit properly.
what I've noticed the most is when I sleep and then I wake up, I'm bouncing,
Yeah.
bubbling.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't even think about that.
Could
as
be
an idea.
feed and goat
Wasn't
working
taking
together.
note. Yeah.
Feed in the goat, brother.
Mate, correct, 100%. But thank you so much for your support.
Cheers.
Delby, what did we chat about
We
today?
had a real good one. I talked about my Mind Sight tour. We talked about a little bit of the American election. We talked about the social media ban.
Talk about Russia, that escalation of that with Biden potential with nukes.
Yeah. So the first 20, 25 is a good just general chat. I think you'll enjoy it. And then we get into a few more topics at the end. But the good thing is we haven't really rehashed any old stuff. So it's all sort of fresh.
Except for hating on women.
Oh,
No.
I love women. They're my favorite people to sleep with.
No, we have a great
With consent.
We have a great little chat. It's fucking awesome, actually. Good episode, and
You will enjoy this one.
definitely. And a little Patreon bonus at the end. So if you want to listen to the extra 20 minutes with Wolfie at the end, join the Patreon.
Hell yeah.
Aside from that, enjoy the episode.
Let's get hard.
Let's get home.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host.
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
We're having actually a big screen on there. It's cool.
I look so much healthier, man. I've had no Dexies for like 10 days.
Really?
So
That's
I
interesting.
can see the bags under my eyes of
Why have you
gone.
done that? I like that. Do you want to start on that? Let's start on that.
yeah. I just want to detox a bit. Like I've just found, like I always preach resilience, and I preach that like if you really want to do something, you put your mind to it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Don't be weak. Don't come up with excuses. So I was feeling like I was using Dexies as like a way to start work and starting to rely on it, even though it's my medication and I'm diagnosed.
Yeah.
I found that originally I started having one every couple of days, and it was one a day. Then it was like 2 a day. Then I was like 2 at a time. So I'm like, no, I'm going to step back and just like I've set myself 21 days just for a little mini detox, even though I'm copping heaps of shit from Dr. Sabotage's clip.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, why is it 3 weeks? I'm like, you've fucking completely misread why I'm doing this.
Yeah, people will do that, mate.
I haven't had a break off my meds for ages.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is if I'm doing anything else, I think that constant exposure to my Dexies is limiting any effect of any other substances that I have.
But I was going to say, this is so good, Delby.
No, but that's 50% of it. But the other 50% is that I haven't had a long time off, and I'm just really worried about how the brain chemistry would be, what's going on with my brain chemistry. I want to set it back to normal.
Yeah, like, have you...
And if I can't do a break of that, then I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. So,
do you think it could be solved by diet? Honestly,
as in
ADD.
I don't believe it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like I honestly don't believe it's a thing.
That's crazy. That's awesome to hear. Like, because Nicole Arbour talks about that.
Yeah,
like it's just a way to give people.
It's just like a spectrum as well. But like that said, the medications do help me.
Yes,
which sounds like a dumb thing to say.
Yeah,
but I feel like it would help. And it should help anyone.
Because it's said that they're symptoms. But I don't think they're symptoms, they're character traits of certain personality types. That may be, and this is where I was getting at with the food, may be exacerbated by sugar.
Potentially.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I messaged Anthony Chafee a couple of days ago. And I'm so big on like diet can affect everything. I've never even hit him up about my daughter's autism. And I was like, is it possible?
Well, there's a lot of studies that suggest that.
Yeah.
Chafee said that before on the pod.
Exactly. And I was it the first pod he was talking about this?
Yeah.
Reversing it?
Yeah.
So I said, is it able to reverse it? Are you able to cure it?
There has been cases where it has.
And he said there's definitely ways to cure it and reverse it. Worst case scenario, you'll see a dramatic improvement. We'll have a chat. So we're going to have a chat. So maybe you can have a chat with him regardless. He's free today. He messaged me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew my diet last week. Fucking being on the mind size, man.
Oh,
bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to restrict myself. That's kind of what I was talking about in Dr. Sabotage. It's like, do you like limit yourself and restrict yourself from enjoying? Because if I fucking walk out and get hit by a car.
80-20, man.
Yeah.
80-20 works. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good because I still get to fucking have a dirty burger.
Yeah.
Like if I don't go all weekend, but I use the weekend as a good, like, okay, that's going to be my, like whatever. But I don't do that. Like if I went out and had dinner with Grace and we had palmy and a wine, and then I went churros and had churros. Like, I was like, yeah, cool, awesome. But
and you're active enough, and your diet's good enough, so whatever.
And that's the point. Is like it's when the rest of it's shit as well. So if you're going 80%, you're pretty disciplined. You're doing work and. Yeah,
well, I figure I'm not drinking for the next 3 weeks, so it's like,
okay.
You know, I but also being on a mine site, I'm not there often, and fuck miners are like, they have a really difficult job. Like it's tough, man, being up there. Just not even working, and it's hot up there. But me, I really like it because it's a nice break.
Yeah.
But fuck, they're princesses, bro.
Are they?
Only in terms of two things. One, they complain they don't get any entertainment.
Yeah.
And then the company shells out on us to go up there.
Yeah.
And it's attended by like 5% of the site.
Yeah.
And I go, well, you don't have anything. And they don't fucking go to it. Like walking around, are you coming to the show? No, I'm just going to be in my room. It's like, don't fucking whinge. Second of all, they complain that their food is no good. They have got it so good, man.
Yeah, really.
The food there is elite, bro. They're like, there's this not a Maori guy, Kiwi guy. So, no, the food here is fucking shit, bro. Oh, fuck, back home, my missus' food's way better. I'm like, well, bro, your missus must be a 5-star Michelin chef.
Yeah.
The food here is elite, man. So me and Mac Shane, it's like you're up at 4 a.m. and there's dinner at 4. So every 12 hours, bro. I put on like 4 kilos, but I went to the gym up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was elite, man. But like,
Never
I was like,
train
I'm
a
not-
bad diet, Corey
I
Green
know,
says.
I know. I was like, I'm not going to restrict
No,
myself.
fuck it. Yeah, lean in.
Yeah, because I know the next couple of weeks I've got everything back on track. I went to the gym every day.
It's good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
talking about the no drinking thing, I just want to share a funny story. See if you think it's funny.
Okay, before you do it,
Yeah, go.
because I just realised the negative of not being able to see the screen anymore.
Yeah.
I've now freaked out. Are we recording? Even though I went over there and pressed record. So
you want to check?
time out.
Yeah.
I'm going to do exactly what we've keep saying, and I never follow through with it, but it's on that to-do
Hit
list.
up the
and
unis.
Yeah.
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 I was talking to Cam McLaren, and for my new pod, I want someone there just to laugh.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
I'll
just
do it,
want-
man. I'll be there. This
I
is
just
what I said
need
to
a
Wolfie,
laugher.
because you know he's doing his clips.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'll come in. I'm going to be here like 3 or
Yeah.
4 times a week. I'll just be there and I'll be your spur on.
Yeah.
Like, because you know he gets that momentum
Yeah.
when I'm laughing in the pod.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, I've got him.
Yeah.
And he will just double down.
Yeah, there's something
Imagine
magic.
clipping up that magic
Yeah.
of him just ranting at a screen.
Yeah.
With someone in the background going,
Yeah, there's something magic
yeah.
about that.
I'll be it for
off-screen
you as well,
laugh.
man. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just sit there and because I'm here all the
Yeah.
time. I'm committing to coming here because it makes me do something.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it like at least 4 days a week.
Yeah,
I've been
once
coming.
there's internet here, I'll be able to.
Yes, it is coming
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
I do. I love sitting down at Trig Island, watching the ocean, read the paper.
Yeah, it's
get
good.
work done.
But-
Just that background noise when it's dead silent.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, it's like committing a crime against my brain.
Oh, yeah, well, because most of the stuff I am listening to,
Yeah,
and it's like audio editing, making sure you have to listen
yeah,
to
that's
it.
all right then.
It's fucked though, man.
Yeah,
Because I like the way to work. Well, my old workflow was listening to music and listening to like a podcast to
You gotta
sort of get
focus.
through. But you're all you're doing is listening to it. And I've found because I've been doing that and putting clips together and sorting Rumble and all that, I'm so fucking drained by the end of the day
Yeah.
because you're not zoning out listening.
no, you're focused. But that's good. That means you actually work. You're probably losing weight as well. Like the whole thing with the chess masters,
I'm
how they
actually-
lose weight because your brain's using all that energy.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually putting on weight, but in a good way. Like I'm at
Well, you're going to the gym and
going to the gym. I'm at like my healthy, just general weight when I'm not like trying to run a marathon and be a little bit lighter is about 79.
yeah,
79 to 80. That was always my playing weight as well, footy.
yeah.
But I'm like 82, 83 at the moment.
I'm up to 88.
Wow.
I need to get down to 84.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
after the mines.
Yeah. But I'm happy because mine's a healthy
Yeah,
rise. It's not because
yeah.
I'm having like every morning I get up, I have a scoop of creatine. I've been having the supplements feed, which has been
Yeah, I've been smashing.
oh mate, it's actually I've started to notice it. I finally started wearing my goat tape every night to sleep.
Yeah,
And I wake up like I bounce out of bed now.
right.
It's fucking
That's
awesome.
sick.
And then
And if you
I'll
do want to get goat, just use the code HARDYARNS.
Yes,
and
feed, yeah.
we get a feedback. We get a feedback. We
feedback.
get a kickback.
and
By the way, this is not
just-
a scripted ad.
No.
This is us just having a chat.
you know what else I've been having?
Oh, go on, Kahuna Golf.
No, yeah, I've been playing.
I've been killing it as well, by
Have
the
you?
way.
Yeah. We're saying with your
Have you
drives.
got? Are you playing this Thursday before pod?
With
'Cause if
Macca,
you-
yes.
Is there room?
Oh, what?
I'd love to come and play, man. I'm fucking actually all right now.
Where Wembley I'll double check.
I would love to
8:50.
come and play because
What time
I'm
was
actually
pod
I'm
with-
playing good, man.
Chloe.
I don't
forgot.
know.
Oh, she's pretty flexible, so
Yeah.
I'll sort that. But
Yeah.
you were going to make a joke there, weren't you?
No.
Go on,
I actually thought about it and I was like, no.
I've been so I've been having it for 2 reasons. Collagen,
Yeah.
the
Get your
scoop.
skins going.
It's good for
Tighten the
skin,
up.
but joint pain.
Yeah, nice.
And my knees, because I'm doing a lot of running, I ran a 5K at 3:57 pace the other day.
That's faster than I can run 1K.
And I've just slowly been, my cruising pace is now at about 420, which is great. Like I just cruise.
Speaking
around.
of joint pain,
I did that on
joint pain,
intentionally.
420.
So my joint pain has almost instantly, within about a week and a half of having that, has almost gone. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, so
Well, I mean, fuck,
I've got
the
a little
science is
routine.
there.
I've got a health routine now.
Yeah.
It feels so wanky saying that, man.
That's good, bro.
But yeah, it's good. So yeah, okay, we are recording. What's your story?
that's
there,
fine.
Daniel.
Or even on that, the mine site stuff I was talking about, it actually links in because I was off my that was the first 4 or 5 days where I hadn't had a Dexy for a long time, and I was talking to the miners, not people under 18, like the mining guys, And the guy, because I was thinking about how I lose, why do I sweat so much, right? And up there, it's hot. So I was fucking sweating, but I sweat on stage.
Yeah.
And I was trying to work out why. And I think it's because my brain is so
100%.
fucking computing with everything I'm doing. Like, it's actually like some sort of a workout. And then I was talking, this mind guy goes, mate, you're fucking sweating bullets. I go, yeah, man, like I do that because I'm focused so much. He goes, we thought you're on meth. I was like, everyone thinks that, man. He goes, your eyes are wide, you're looking around. I'm like, yeah, man, that's what I'm like. And then I'm like, well, maybe there is something in this ADHD diagnosis, but I just think it's more like I'm just a real nervous kind of like twitchy dude, man, you know, but
maybe
it's maybe anxiety.
It'd still be in you, the ADD medication, like years and years of having so much.
Now, the half-life is only, I think, 4 hours.
Really?
Which
like
means
how
it
much
takes
with the
4
residual,
hours.
like the effects, the
Well,
side effects?
It's all out of your body after 8 hours. I don't quote me. I think the half-life is 4 hours. So half-life means how long it takes your body to get rid of half of the dose.
Would it create habits though? Like if you're like constantly having it and then it makes you all jittery, then it becomes your norm? Potentially? I don't know. Just
yeah, but it doesn't make me jittery.
Oh, that stops the
Yeah. But
it's interesting.
yeah, it was.
Well, I'm going back on the sweating thing. I sweat more on this pod than most things.
Yeah.
It's like
It's focus.
Yeah, it is. The focus.
So yeah, I'd love to see a study because we spoke about that.
Yeah,
but I think who was it with Chafee? Maybe
chess
yeah,
players they
the
lose.
chess players lose by sitting.
Yeah.
They're just sitting there and they lose kilos.
Yeah.
So there must be. You can just think that you're not fat.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
There's certain things. What was that? That's that piano experiment. Where
I have the perfect one. Yeah. But you share that with new listeners.
Yeah. So the piano experiment where you would play the certain keys.
Yeah.
And it would exercise a certain part of your brain, and that would show up in the scans. And then the same people, the other people would visualize playing those 3 keys, and the same part of your brain activates.
And they have the same progression of
Yeah.
Now, it's incredible because I put this to the test.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
It's worked so well.
On what?
On golf.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, I hadn't played golf since.
Who do you wear when you play?
Kahuna.
Kahuna, really?
Yeah. I wasn't wearing Kahuna with Jacks and I didn't play well.
Yeah.
And then I wore Kahuna. I fucking smoked it.
Oh, my God.
But literally for about 2 weeks before playing the Bassendean golf day with my brother, I had been visualizing how it felt and what it looked like to hit a straight drive and how good it is.
Yeah, you're elite at that visualization shit.
And, well, you saw how I drive, bro. Sometimes it goes right angles.
Yeah.
First one, teed it up, smoked it down the middle.
Yeah.
And every single drive from there smoked 250 meters. And Reese is like, have you been practicing? I was like, all I've been doing is visualizing how it feels and what it's like.
Wow.
And I went there and absolutely plumb, bro. All day, just boom, boom, except for the very last hole where there was a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Everything was elite, man. And then I was like, I'm going to try the same thing, but with my irons. So I hadn't played since then.
Yeah.
Sunday went and played with Christian and Reese and his
good?
mate. Bro.
Come play. Me and
Smoked my irons, bro.
But then now you've said the
my
pressure.
Yeah, but my drives went shit because I'd stopped visualizing it. But it was like
that's golf, yeah.
It was 80% improvement,
Mate,
like
that's,
a remarkable improvement. So try it, guys. But first, learn the right way to hit,
definitely,
and then keep visualizing it in your head, and it works. I swear by it. Like Reese is going, "What the fuck, bro?" It's pissing. He goes, "That's pissing me off. How much better you've got."
Yeah.
So I'm fucking stoked with it.
I had one little issue for 3 months. I got really good. Months
you
back.
just nice and smooth. But I was using your technique as part of my visualization because you know how you're super smooth. You don't try to smash it.
Yeah.
That's all I did for my next bit, and it was
the boys give me shit for being a little bitch.
Nah,
but it goes.
Fuck them.
It goes just
straight.
as far, or if not further, because I time it better. But the for last 3 months, my drive went to shit. I was like, what have I done? I got everything right.
Yeah.
And I just noticed, I just paid attention to one swing, and I was like, oh my God, I'm bending my left arm on the back
to stay straight the whole way.
Stay straight. So now all I do is focus on keeping it straight.
Perfect.
And I played with
your sexuality.
I played with Mac the other day, and he's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like my irons, my everything. I was hitting them.
Yeah.
Like flush.
It's good when your mates notice you're playing better.
Yeah, he was like,
because how many times you go, that was a pretty good hit.
He still won, man.
Oh, really?
It was fucked. Oh, because we weren't playing scores. We were playing like
Leo, Adam.
we're playing holes. Adam, we're playing holes. So
Right.
if you halve the hole,
Yeah.
even if, like he would play a shit drive and then incredible recovery, and we
Yeah.
both get par or bogey.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. Or I'd get this incredible drive, muff 3-putt.
Yeah.
And then I'd go, what the fuck? How have we drawn that
So
hole? And
annoying.
then, yeah. So, but
Yeah.
your wedding story before we get into the world, because
so-
the world's fucked at the moment. Get us all happy before we get into the negatives.
Well, it just made me laugh. So, because I've had issues with it before, the joke about the drunk girls and the whole fucking trans situation with that.
Yeah.
So I do it at every wedding and it crushes because it's just a fun thing that
and it's
people keep an eye out on.
to-
It's relevant.
Yeah.
So I did that on Sunday, and then I have this girl come up to me just before I'm leaving. She's like, "Your joke about the girl drinking, cut it." I go, "What?"
You are the girl.
Yeah, she cut it. I go, "Okay, why?" I go, "I'm not going to cut it,
Yeah.
but why?
Why?
I'm happy to get feedback. I've had 8 drinks, and I'm holding my piss better than boys." I go, "All right, that's cool." You know, she goes, "It's not funny. It's a general statement." I said, "Yes, that's what comedy is. It's a generalization. I don't mean every girl is like this. It's just a fun little thing to have at the thing." "Nah, not funny. Cut it." I go, "Okay, I'm not going to cut it." And she's like, I go, "Do you want me to pick on people individually? Is that what you prefer?" "Yeah, that's what comedy is." I go, "No, okay, no worries." She goes, "Anyway, I think you got to cut it because I can handle my piss." I said, no, I'm not going to. I go, "Thank you." She turned around, fell down the stairs, bro. Fucking, she turns around, 5 fucking stairs. I was like, "Oh, fuck." Validation, bro.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, classic. I did have a nice weekend as well. I went to Albany for my nan's 90th.
Yeah, how was it?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
No reception down there.
Yeah.
No one can reach you.
Yeah, sick.
Uncle's farm. And it's fucking good.
Killer.
Nan's 90.
Did you interview her at all?
Nah, I didn't.
Oh.
She was so exhausted, man.
Oh, okay.
Exhausted. Like the whole week. And it's what she explained to me that she did in the lead up. It sounded like a normal morning for me.
Right.
But you realise she's 90.
Yeah, okay.
So she was like, "Oh, I'm ready for it to be over. Like, I'm just not life."
Jesus.
I can't wait for this week to be over. Like,
Yeah.
it was so good, but
Just
I'm
preparing
exhausted
for it.
Yeah, just.
Well, how's
but-
the bird from Perth that's 110?
Yeah, drinking a draft a day.
Bridget Grock is her name.
I
And you know
love
what
it.
they're doing? Emu Export, they're putting her face
Oh, that's
on the can.
so good.
Limited expedition. I just think it's a great marker for if you've drank too much Emu Export. If she starts looking good, you know you've had too much Emu Export.
Oh, mate, I love that because you can see, like, obviously it's not like beer's not a healthy thing, but because it's 1 beer a day, it's just like, and
Yeah.
it's all her general attitude. She probably drinks and eats very healthily.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. Like
Yeah.
80-20. I love it.
Bridget Grock. That could be the name for the conference, 80-20.
80-20.
It's a good conference name.
Yeah.
Or a good speech name.
Yeah. Well, I got told I should turn like that into a book, Return to Zero.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Like bring everyone back to the point where they can then start their own self-growth, you know, instead of taking your old self-limiting beliefs. I didn't even think about that as a concept.
Yeah.
I thought you could just go, right, I'm this person and I can just slingshot into this new person I want to be instead of going, well,
That's
you
what
should
Davey
probably...
Ray was talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what each one of these people have ended up doing. And the last one was Mandy. And that was actually letting someone do the work for me, that was probably one of my biggest things holding me back is letting people help. Like just saying, okay, I trust you to do it now.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
Oh, fuck, man. You got to make sure that the person doing it.
Yeah, had a lot of trust in that person. So
Just look what happened to Charles Manson when they trusted him.
yeah. So, but yeah,
I'll let you lead because I'm going to be learning.
yeah, it's all right. We'll read some articles, but should we start with the fucking scariest thing I think I've read in a while?
Was it my Tinder bio?
Mate, this is
Oh, yeah, I know what you're
scary
saying.
as fuck, man. Like Biden considers plan to return nuclear weapons to Ukraine.
So straight away, Biden doesn't consider that. it's the administration that Biden is
Correct.
representing, because that can't even consider which sock to put on first.
Yeah. According to published news reports, several officials have suggested Biden could return nuclear weapons to Ukraine that were taken from it after the fall of the Soviet Union.
Why would they choose to do that now in the last 1.5 months of their presidency? It's fucking retarded.
Why would they give him the ability to launch those missiles? Like, this is...
It's orchestrated to fuck Trump's presidency up.
Everyone can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, this is...
What? They've had 4 years to fucking do this, man.
No one
Or
wants this.
2 years or whatever.
No one
Yeah.
wants this.
No one wants it.
No one.
Yeah.
You know who wants it? MSNBC.
Yeah.
What was that one I shared to you today? The MSNBC.
Biden.
This is a good way of establishing what is not the truth, because as we've seen through the election results and the way that MSNBC reported it, and how it was going to be an absolute landslide in the Kamala Harris.
Yeah. They said Biden isn't escalating the war in Ukraine. He's doing the right thing. Why is providing nukes the right thing ever? Like, let's give a country the opportunity to blow us all up as a planet.
Mate.
2 thumbs up.
So now the world is seeing exactly what would happen if Kamala Harris won.
Yeah.
This is exactly what would happen. This would escalate and we would be in World War III. The world is now praying for Donald Trump. Even the people who didn't want Donald Trump are like, fuck, mate.
Bro.
Chill the fuck out, Biden.
But
You
if-
are fucking shit up to fuck up the next president. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing. You're trying to create World War III so he has to step into a problem.
Or
What the fuck are you doing?
on the plus side, if they do that and he can de-escalate it, oh, what a G.
Oh, what a top dog.
But man, I
mate.
mean, if Kamala was in, we could be unburdened by what has been. Now Trump can unburden us by what they've been doing.
It is so obvious now, and this
Yeah.
is why the legacy media is dead. We won,
You mean
when I say
hard yarns?
we won. The hard yarns won. We won. Like the people won. The legacy media is gone.
But
have you seen
the thing is, it's not. It's for people over 50. They still.
Yeah, but the data and stats now, they're showing that it's only 1 in 5 or something like that. But
I can't remember who I was speaking to the other day, but they were like, I work with all blokes that are like 55 plus, and they're going, I can't believe Trump won. How did this happen?
Mate.
What's happened? What? Like, they were flabbergasted. So they're only getting their source from one thing, which is the left media.
correct, mate. This is so the only people who think that this is a good idea are the media, for whatever reason.
You know, and the weapons.
Almost like they profit because more people watch the news when there's war, and the people who watch the news,
And who's the military weapons company?
the military-industrial complex
Yeah.
in general, like
And the
Raytheon,
main one.
Raytheon, and those sorts of ones.
Yeah, the main one. It's 2 words, and they make guns.
Lockheed
Lockheed Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, they're loving that.
Yeah, of course.
Do they do nukes or just your regular old school shooting ones?
I don't know. I think they focus on UFOs.
Yeah.
They reverse engineer for UFOs. But this is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite. I think I sent this to me. Okay. And I should be hooked up to the... Yeah, I am hooked up. All right, listen to this.
Everything we do is under fire. Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day, or X today, saying like, we are the media. You are the media. My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media. You having
Who's talking?
a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of cleverness doesn't make you a reporter. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard work.
No way.
He has the same inflection as Tucker Carlson.
Morning Joe. MSNBC all applauding it.
Extraordinary content. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
It continues to need to be said. When all of the garbage is flying around on social media, lying about reporters, lying about the hard work they do, lying about the hard work editors do, lying about everything up and down, about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts about what people like you do. Or if social media, people lying every day, every hour.
That's true, though.
Every minute about the news. This
Same guy.
version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
False news.
When's he talking? Like
That's the
right
same
now?
guy. You know, during the election,
Oh.
he was saying that Biden was the best.
Oh wow!
So, yeah.
So his reporting's obviously up to scratch.
He's a liar as well. But so the point is, no, we are the media now. The people are the media. The reason you're not the media anymore is because you didn't do your job.
Yeah.
You lied yourself, and so we took over.
But my fear is like there is a fuckload of misinformation out there. You're just
course.
trusting people listening are trusting that you, Branchy, know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I wouldn't trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Like-
So, and that is something that people need to take in, is that we shouldn't, like me and you, I think are pretty decent. And you're good at making sure we go, is that true? Is that is that fact check? Chloe was great the other day, for example. You know that video of Kamala Harris on the phone,
Yeah.
saying and then she straight away went, well,
Yeah.
let's just double check. Call me. I called her. She's like, oh no, you can actually just be on
Still
your
do it,
camera and be
yeah.
on the phone. So like double check, fact check things.
Just
But
don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like I wouldn't get all of your information from us.
Don't trust
I
us.
wouldn't get all your information from Seven. I wouldn't get all your information from X.
go everywhere.
Yeah, the truth has a way of shining through eventually.
There's somewhere in the middle, which, but the reason it's just been exposed so heavily on how much of a bias the left-wing media has towards, Kamala Harris or pushing this misinformation bill, for example. When it gets exposed as a lie time and time and time again, eventually the people and independent journalists are going to say, fuck, I'm not trusting you anymore. I'm going to let people know what's going on.
But then the problem is these independent journalists are getting locked up, crucified, and silenced, right?
We've got a few coming up. Rebecca Barnett, Dystopian Down Under. She's probably one of the best in Australia at the moment, independent journalist.
Yep.
And her Substack, and that's how you have to do it now.
I feel like independent journalists are eventually going to need their own security detail.
Yeah.
Like if you're exposing companies that are worth multi-million dollars and like all the fucked up shit they do,
100%.
like you see movies about it, but the reality is like you can disappear.
But I don't know what happens there. Trump I think I read that Trump has called to de-escalate and say, mate, fucking sort your shit out, like to Zelensky, calm your farm or you're fucked when I get in, and basically saying to Putin,
just relax,
just chill, I'll be in soon.
The boys are in.
But
Hey, that's Russian collusion, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. What's the problem with being friends with Russia? Why the fuck would we want to be against them? The fear is that escalating a war between Russia before Trump comes in or Iran would be worse.
Yeah,
because if it's with Iran,
like a proxy war.
Well, if you're at war with Iran, you're at war with their allies, which is China and Russia. So you escalate. That's a world war. That is 100%. So that's.
And what is it good for?
What is
absolutely nothing?
No one wants it.
Oh.
No one wants war in any way, and they're like, well, that means Ukraine's going to concede ground and territory. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for the sake of the people
World
of
peace.
for the sake of world peace, for the sake of the Ukrainian people, the poor Ukrainians. Have you seen them dragging Ukrainian men off the streets to go fight on the front line? Dragging, like there's
real or is that fake
there's
news?
video of them going up to a husband and wife walking down the street. He's there with a stroller, and they grab him and take him forcibly.
Wow, that sounds like it's a pretty democratically run place.
It's disgraceful. And
those people, you'd really want that fact checked.
Do you know?
Because it could just be like mob taking the bloke that owes them money and repurposed.
No, I had a little look. It's not just one either. It's like they've got hundreds of these videos of people being taken, and that was already known. They already reported that they were making the men go to the front line and the women and children were exempt.
Where's the equality?
Yeah, exactly. Remember we made those jokes?
Yeah.
But it's very funny, all the people who seem to be shouting, yes, keep this war going, escalate the war, are not the people on the front line.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
So
you know what? Anyone that posts a Facebook status like I support Ukraine or whoever, they should be plucked and go fight for them.
Yeah.
Like Put your fucking money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
And then see how you feel.
Yeah. Or maybe you just say, well, we should just find a peaceful ending to this.
Yeah. But, I mean, there might be a social media ban so people can't.
But people want to
publicly
make comment on it without understanding what happened, with the US-backed military coup in Ukraine 16 years ago. They don't understand what that was and who was put in place. And they don't understand the territory gain. This is why Putin did like a 45-minute history lesson with his interview with Tucker Carlson prior to establish what Ukraine was prior to them going in, basically.
Well, Chernobyl didn't do it much favours.
Yeah. And the one thing I did notice, I don't understand how he's been. I'm not saying what Putin's done is good, and I'm saying he's a good guy or anything like that. But the way he's explaining things, so his explanation as to why they've fired back. He said, we hit a military base in retaliation. We will continue to escalate and hit more military bases of the people who are supplying the weapons. So that's implying that they'll start hitting US military bases.
Yeah.
We will give warning.
Yeah.
Plenty of warning so that people can
there's no
clear.
lives lost.
Yep. There's not going to be any civilians lost. We'll be giving that warning, and we're quite capable of giving that warning because our missiles are so
that they
good
can't be shot
that they
down.
can't be.
I saw that. That's very interesting.
So
it can't be intercepted once they've sent it.
So
that's like my dick's pretty big.
Isn't that that seems pretty in times of war? That seems pretty interesting.
Logic. I mean, what's the word? Logical and respectful.
Respectful for times of war. Surely in my head, war was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, let's go.
But now I see that there's these sort of like agreed upon rules. Like, okay, you can only hit military bases. You can't go near civilians.
Sounds like a shit board game. It's the worst Call of Duty ever.
Yeah. So, it's interesting. I think there's a swing going on.
I just think that whatever we've been fed, even in schools, we've been indoctrinated with a certain view and propaganda. You think in China they learn about bad things China's done? You think in the schools in every country, you think their own country's going to fucking feed them shit? Everything we've been told about the Russians could be wrong, or not as bad as it is. I'm sure there's fucking some terrible things.
Yeah, correct.
But America's done 10 times worse and we don't hear about it.
Yeah, correct.
Or not 10 times worse,
when
maybe
you do,
equally.
No, when you do hear about it, Daniel,
it's justified.
The person gets locked up in jail for
spreading. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just, you should just question everything. Like everything you've ever been taught, there's always an agenda behind it. Anything in a book, if that's written by a person, has some sort of agenda or some sort of point that they want to make with their piece.
To a point, I kind of agree with Cam McLaren's thoughts on it. To a point.
What is it? It's all just silly willy loosey goosey.
Everyone's a bad guy.
Yeah, of course.
But which bad guy do you want to live under?
Yeah.
Putin, China, America.
Hopefully the Swedish become bad because I could live under one of them.
I don't know. I
definitely wouldn't want to live under China based off track record.
No, correct.
We're pretty much there with all this social media ban, disinformation, and two parties. That's really one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, congratulations as well, Daniel. For the misinformation bill is dead.
Yep.
Got thrown
I didn't
out.
do anything, but
you helped.
All the support.
The people who so it was Senator Van actually pointed out that was it Van? I can't remember which senator it was, but they pointed out the fact that the public outreach was a huge reason that they made this decision to vote no.
Right.
Which means that the senators and the crossbenchers that were reached out to listened to the people, and people like us, people like Primod, people like Rebel News, those sorts of people were all pushing people, giving their websites and the ways to reach out to their crossbenchers and the senators and their representatives. And it worked.
So why can't we do the same with the social media bill?
There's a bit convincing people of.
The problem is because the idea is a good idea.
Correct.
I know as a teacher that social media in teenagers is 90% negative.
Yeah.
There are some positives, especially with like your
connection.
Your Dungeons and Dragons kids.
Yeah,
they're the ones that
well, like you spoke about with that documentary with the guy who had a whole life online.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are positives.
Have you watched it yet?
No.
Fuck, bro. You
Okay.
gotta watch it.
I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Remarkable Life of Iberlin.
Remind me tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I just hate that
It's
we're legislating anything that's an issue these days. We legislate it instead of teaching some resilience and some strategies and some skills. We're outsourcing parenting to the government.
Yeah.
It's any issue. They're like, let's put a rule in for it. We can't have fucking 1,000 rules to block every human instinct, man.
Do you know how pathetic it is in our comments where you've got, I'm a parent and I'd like the what's the word?
Authority. You are the authority, you fucking dumb cunt.
Exactly.
You are the parent. You are the fucking authority. So get a backbone, you fucking poor cunts.
Yes, and that's what it is. They're like, I'd like the help of the government to say, well, yeah, I can't let you on it because it's illegal.
Fucking losers. So are drugs.
Oh my God, yeah. And, and this fucking ridiculous idea of like, well, kids under 18 can't fucking drive and they can't drink.
Well, they can cut their dick off if they want in America.
Puberty blockers.
Yeah. It's fucking stupid, bro.
That meme's pretty funny.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, cool. Kids can't go on social media, but they can have puberty blockers.
Yeah. Stupid. And then the clip you sent me where they can go on Pornhub, but they won't be able to go on YouTube.
What the fuck?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like,
so, and obviously their reasoning is because what they're doing it for is bullying.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't outlaw bullying.
Yeah.
Like,
they'll just do it in the school.
Yeah, like it just saves. If anything, if your kid's getting bullied, take them off social media.
But didn't you say that they're potentially letting Snapchat or they're letting
they want to let
Messenger?
WhatsApp out of it and Snapchat as well. I think they've tried to include Snapchat today.
Okay.
But like, the frustration is you're trying to legislate a human behavior. Any problem we have in our society these days, they're trying to make a law against it. Pronouns, fucking social media, misinformation. You can't legislate shit. You just need to be honest and have provide information and help. And you can't just rule against shit parents.
Yeah. I will never, ever, ever be told that I have to say someone's pronouns. If Delby starts identifying as a she.
Legend.
If you do it, and I know you wouldn't, but if you did, and you said, mate, can you call me a she? Of course I call you a she, because I'm a fucking good person.
Yeah,
but there's no way a law can tell me that I have to do that.
Yeah, even that, it's not even real, man. Like I said, like that's all online, and that's an orchestrated thing to think that it's more of an issue than it is. I'm yet to meet someone that's told me how to, refer to them. It's not a real life issue. It's an online bullshit media propaganda, something to keep us divided. It's not even real.
Yeah. If you're a person that has pronouns in their bio and you are not someone who identifies as a different sex and has a mental health disease, then you are a fucking dumb cunt.
You heard it here first. We love to preach positivity, but
Branchy
says you're a dumb cunt.
If you got a pronoun in your bio and you're not of that, and you're supportive, you're a fucking dumb cunt.
It's fucking dumb. I mean, if your name is if you're French and your name's Michelle, but that's actually Michael, no worries, bro. Put he, so I know. You know? But, the idea that we're trying to block social media, and really, I actually don't think it is a sinister backdoor way to get digital ID in. I don't think that it is. I honestly think that they've seen an issue and the government are like, how can we get votes? We're going to ban social media under 16. And it just so happens that all of this other shit comes with it that they clearly haven't thought about it. You hear them being grilled and they're like, I don't know. I think they're doing it with a good intention. And then the sinister thing is attached to it. I think you're underestimating their intentions. Yeah, but who's they? Just the government?
Both of them, both teams. They understand.
They want everyone to have digital ID, and they've said, hey, guys, they're getting together in a secret room.
No, the only
This is how we're going to do it. We're going to do digital ID
We're
from
a testing
16.
lab. We've always been a testing lab in Australia.
I don't know. That feels like it's too
easy,
sinister.
I know, it's easy, man. They did it with the jab. They did it with everything.
Yeah, I know. It's just...
They do it with everything.
People are inherently evil. No, we're inherently good, but...
It's not... It's the globalists, it's the corporations, it's the people who don't want you speaking out against them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It is that.
Is
because
what-
we see now with the election, we see exactly what influence podcasts and influencers and people, independent journalists, had on the outcome of an election.
Then why can't we band together and stop this social media thing? And in the next 7 or 8 years where it's going to be Labor and Liberal can only run, why can't we stop it?
I'm not sure if we, I'm not sure. I'll have to talk to punters about that. But
can things be undone? Like if this bill passes, can you rebuke? Is that the word? Can you take out a law that's no longer?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It can be done.
Yeah, but again, it has to go through the same sort of whole thing.
Process.
Yeah,
So then the people in power, if it's serving a purpose for them, they'll just keep blocking it back.
correct.
But because they don't represent the people, man.
So that that idea of the funding being changed, the fundraising for elections, it's not going to come into law for this upcoming election, but the following election, basically, if you're an independent, your ability to fundraise is gone.
Which we'll have a few guests on that can talk more deeper into that.
Correct.
But I guess, what would your solution be to having a limited use of social media for teenagers? Is it just being a good parent, or is it not buying your kid a mobile phone? Like, if they don't have a job, they don't have a phone.
Yeah.
You're the one that gives them the phone, which opens the access. Or do you just have a law where kids can't have a smartphone under 16 and that solves everything?
Mate, we've got to stop being lazy. Our parents weren't lazy.
Yeah.
And also, I was talking to Tori about this the other day, of all people. Not about this specific thing, just about phones and iPads. And I was like, fuck, I need to get my daughter off the iPad.
Yeah.
And he's like, we did it recently, just randomly that week. He said, we took our kids off all screen time and they're allowed like a movie like once a day or something like that in the evening, something along those lines. But he said first few days it's challenging and it's a lot more demanding on the parents because they have to be involved and they have to help out and let's, because they've never been taught, oh, I can do this and I can do that.
Yeah.
And he said they did a long drive down to like Yellingup or something along that, like a 3.5, 4 hour drive. And no screen, no nothing.
Yeah, well, we didn't have that back in the day.
And they just figured it out.
Yeah, you got to play games, play I Spy, have a chat.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a bit more demanding on the parents, but mate, what about our parents?
Yeah.
Like it is more demanding. Parenting's not something you can just
fucking outsource parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not the thing. Like you have to be an involved parent. And sometimes you have to be not involved and go fucking figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's what is. And so, by a state stepping in and saying, you cannot do this. This is the way you have to parent your children.
It's not good enough.
Yeah.
It's not right.
And,
But the thing is, man, again.
Yeah, parents just have to be better.
As a teacher.
Yeah.
Every teacher will be supporting this law,
course.
I can tell you, because smartphones in the classroom are such an issue. It distracts from learning, distracts from education. But on the flip side, I've done so many good lessons that use smartphones to help and boost education.
So this is that's why it will pass, and it's near impossible to beat because it is a good idea.
Yeah,
that's why, because it is.
They should just make a law that you can't have a smartphone under 16. Just have a Nokia 3310. Because there's no social media on there. There's Snake and text and call, which is what you want it for a kid.
Yeah, but then
that you're
when
worried
you go
about.
home, you can still have it, and you can't ban it.
Well, if you're in the home, then we're assuming everyone's got a great fucking relationship with their family.
Yeah.
The kids that mum doesn't give a fuck and dad's in jail, or vice versa. But what would be the answer for you? Is there another way to make sure if you're under 16 you don't get it? Wouldn't you just use some sort of AI?
Like most people, the parents monitor their kids' social media.
But wouldn't you just have some sort of AI? Because the law that they want to pass...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The law they want to pass is the social media provider has taken reasonable steps. That's what it is at the moment. It's reasonable steps to make sure that they're over 16.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't a reasonable step just be AI face scanner? If, you feed an algorithm in...
How does a face scanner...
Well, I reckon an AI face scanner could identify me.
You looked fucking 38 when you were 16.
Yeah, but it would flag the 10% that either look too young or too old. It would flag that. Everything else would just be through. That's a reasonable step, in my opinion. You don't need to legislate a fucking digital ID, right? But then it got scary because in that today's article, they said they wanted to add in biometrics and voice recognition.
Yeah. Well, they already said in the hearing that it's going to require, what do they call it? Age assurance.
I fucking hate political speak.
See that cunt.
Instead of age verification.
You see the way
age
that
assurance.
cunt said, actually, we just touched on this. I'm not sure if you were present in the last. What a fucking narcissistic cunt of a woman.
Well, maybe she was being authentic.
Well, if that's her authentic self, what a cunt of a woman.
Mate, they're so disconnected from reality.
I'm not sure if you were present, but we discussed the differences between age assurances and age verification.
There is no difference.
There is no. You fucking.
It's just different words.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That.
It's like using the words alternative fact instead of truth. Like, there's an alternative fact. No, that's called the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
It's an inconvenience.
If it doesn't fit your argument, it's an alternative fact.
Yeah.
It's like age verification. It's political jargon. That should be legislated against.
Yeah.
You can't fucking mince your words.
You know what should be legislated against? You shouldn't be able to receive money from people that you have to legislate around.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Remove all conflict of interest.
Yeah, but that'll never happen.
Did you see that? And Punters Politics shared this. The minister
woman.
up in NT.
Go on, inform the listeners. This won't. You know what? It should shock you, but it won't.
Okay, now I'm going to get some of the figures and numbers wrong, but it'd be generally pretty correct. But in general speaking, one of the ministers up there decided to sell a big bundle of land to a certain mining company to mine. It was like worth $150 billion, but sold it for like $2 billion, something along those lines. But the fact that we were going to be able to earn long-term royalties, which we've discussed many times, which is nothing, off that mining company, then we don't have to put the resources and money into mining. But it's fucking over Australia hard.
Basically, she sold it for 98% less of its value.
Correct. And then she quit her job and then took a job with the company she sold it to.
Wow. There's nothing wrong with that.
What the fuck, man?
I can't see any problems with that. Can you?
Fuck.
There's no issues, man. I think that's just smart, man. That's an entrepreneur. She's just clever. She's utilized things to her advantage. If you're telling me that is un-Australian,
that's like,
then bloody I'm moving out of Australia.
That's like Mark McGowan making policy decisions based on how it's going to, help a place like, BHP and then taking a job there for some.
Has that happened?
Oh, I don't know if it happened.
Fuck me, bro.
We're
in the wrong line of work.
Yeah.
You should run for politics, man. Honestly, I think you should do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking, we've talked about it, and I actually think.
You don't have that many skeletons, and any that come out, when you own it, people see you as actually being real.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I've got too many skeletons.
I'm a dickhead anyway, and if you just own the fact that you're a dickhead, you're a guy who tries to be silly and do stupid shit and run around naked in fucking theatres.
Oh, it's sort of what Boris Johnson was doing.
Zelensky's the president.
Yeah.
And if you've seen his shit...
Trump's the president, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
actually.
Very
good point.
Fuck me.
I don't know. Look, I think I'm very broad when am I speaking and not... I sort of just broadly touch on things. I think politics requires a lot more. But I guess if that was your job, you'd put a lot more time and effort into it.
And you could focus on the things that you feel are relevant, but as long as you're not one-minded and one-tracked.
Yeah.
As fucked as it is, the problem with the One Nation Party, Pauline Hanson generally stands up for the people.
Yeah, have we been... And I was thinking about this the other day. Are we wrong about... Is everyone wrong about Pauline Hanson?
I think we are. I think, she's said some things that could be considered racist.
Yeah.
But even the most recent thing that she got prosecuted for is fucking pathetic, bro.
What did she get prosecuted? Have I missed this?
She got prosecuted for being, quote unquote racist. Some people aren't going to like this.
Okay.
I'll read it to you. Pauline Hanson.
Because when she said, we're being swamped by Asians. She was in reference, that's years ago. You see, Jasky got a little chat with her.
Who, with Pauline?
Yeah.
No?
And it's so funny. He said, when you talked about the immigrants coming in and the Asians.
Mm.
Well, what did you mean with it? Was it clipped incorrectly? And she goes, well, let me explain. And he went, well, yeah, well, please explain. I thought that was the greatest part of that clip.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And she just said, well, it's families coming in. It's not workers. And yeah. So anyway, carry on.
So she got charged with, I'm trying to find, like hate speech. She got done for hate speech and the fucking, what is the charge, man? I'll tell you what it is. Anyway, it's pretty fucked.
Because I hate how calling out
Racial discrimination, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So this is essentially what happened. There was a minister or her name's Marine Faruqi. She was a Green senator.
Yeah.
So the Green senator, on the day that the Queen died, so she's still cold.
Yep.
Like she's still warm.
Yep.
Well, actually, she's a reptile, so maybe she's cold. She wrote, condolences to those who knew the Queen. I cannot mourn the leader of a racist empire built on stolen lives, land, and wealth of colonized peoples. We are reminded of the urgency of treaty with First Nations, justice and reparations for British colonies and becoming a republic. Probably a good message. However, the timing to do it the minute that the Queen's dead, pretty insensitive, right? So Hanson responded in a tweet, your attitude appalls and disgusts me. When you immigrated to Australia, you took every advantage of this country. Mm-hmm. True.
Yep.
You took citizenship, you bought multiple homes and a job in Parliament. Mm-hmm. It's clear you're not happy, so pack your bags and piss off back to Pakistan.
What's wrong with that?
That's racial vilification.
Oh, because she's saying go back to Pakistan.
Correct. To me, I don't feel...
That was her being proud of her country and saying, if you don't like it, fuck off.
Yeah.
You've taken advantage of all of the luxuries that we have in this country, of which we have many.
So Justice Angus Stewart on Friday found Pauline Hanson's tweet was unlawful and portrayed Faruqi as a second-class citizen.
Oh my God.
Who took advantage of Australia and who, as a migrant to the country, should be grateful for what she has and keep quiet. A position he declared to be exclusionary. Mm. Stewart found Hanson's comment that Faruqi should piss off back to Pakistan was a variant of the slogan, go back to where you came from, which he said was a racist trope and a strong form of racism. Now, we've just completely overlooked the fact that she shat on the Queen's death, who, at this point, is the leader of our country or is the head of our country.
Yeah.
Is that not some sort of fucking crime to desecrate the leader of your country's death?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know, I just don't find, and maybe I'm an immigrant, my family's an immigrant.
Yeah, same.
Like,
we came from England. So I guess that's still an
is,
immigrant.
Yeah. Is it because I'm white where this is going to be bad? But to tell someone to go back to the country if they're not happy with where you are, I don't find that to be a racist comment. Mm. If I went to Dubai and I was complaining that there was no beer or no footy and they told me to fuck off home, I'd be like, oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Right? Like when the shoe's on the other foot, if you went to Iran and started complaining, oh, my missus has got to put a hijab on, they'd be like, oh, good on you, cunt. Fuck off.
Yeah. If you don't like it, this is our rules.
I don't find that a crime.
No.
I find that a discussion.
Yes.
Like...
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Maybe her tone or like the way she worded it could have been slightly more.
She could have just said, yeah, just have a think about the country you're in.
Potentially,
and,
yeah.
You know, like, but still, and even Paul, like, she's the one that's championing the social media ban. Like, she's the one that's like, this is not good for our people. The problem is, it's the voice and the person it's coming from.
Yes.
It's her tone, which is, it's automatically like,
yeah,
please, this much, like, it's not palatable.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't come across.
And the fact that one nation has been tarred with the racist thing, which probably, yes, there has been racist overtones, but also she speaks a lot of inconvenient truths.
Yes.
When you hear it, you're like, oh, that's racist. No, it's probably just an observation.
Yes.
And you're speaking what the observation is.
Because now I see it in every aspect around the world about how someone's words can be taken out of context.
Yeah.
I have this underlying feeling that she's racist because of what I've learned when I was growing up and I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Like when we were in high school.
Yeah, we knew her to be the full racist. Yeah. Please explain.
Please explain.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And to be racist back then, you got to be pretty bloody racist. Like when we were in high school, you knew if someone's racist because they're throwing all sorts of slander out.
Yeah, fuck. And so that word racist is so fucked, like, or like anti-Semite,
Or
like
xenophobic.
or anything like that. So like to call out a country for doing something that you don't think is good is not racist.
Yeah.
It's like if you call out Israel, you're called anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
If you were to call out Pakistan back in the day, maybe if you called someone a Paki, that's a bit different.
That still blows my mind.
What?
Pack in England and Scotland, saying Paki is like considered a slur.
Yeah.
It's literally short for Pakistan.
I know, but
however,
it's the undertone.
It's the way you say it. Because for me, I'm like, oh, he's Paki, which means like he's Aussie.
Yeah.
You know? So when I first went to Scotland 3 years ago, I was like, oh, is he Paki?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, buddy, you can't say that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. But so because of the way because it's said in a certain time. This is why context needs to be, like, if context can be used there, why can't it be used in other situations? I don't get that.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, fuck, man, we're trying to legislate. The problem is...
You're trying to police every fucking thing we can do. Yeah. Do you know England, UK, just released a study that they funded with taxpayer money that found if you read The Lord of the Rings or 1984, you could be a right-wing extremist.
That's fucking ridiculous, bro. What?
Lord of the Rings!
That's ridiculous. Because we know hobbits are real.
1984, I get like, okay, maybe they don't want to see that.
Or you read 1984 and it opens your mind to actually see what's happening.
Exactly.
So it doesn't form you to be a right-wing extremist.
That one I can see where they go, well, look.
They're just acting like the Ministry of Truth.
Yes.
So,
literally the
but
Ministry
I mean,
of Truth.
fuck, bro, I'm spewing because I really like right-wing politics and I believe in dragons and wizards. And what are you trying to say? Are you saying that they're not real? Like,
oh, classic. Well, yeah.
You shall not pass this bill.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said on the podcast.
It doesn't make sense.
Oh, that's good. But no, that's like, what the fuck, man?
Lord Mayor of the Rings.
What the fuck?
It's ridiculous.
What
England's gone to shit,
That's
bro.
taxpayer money, man.
England's gone to shit.
The taxpayer money went to a campaign here for, you've already spoken about it, trying to not use the boomer word.
Yeah.
Just put your money towards something that can actually make an impact.
Like my pocket.
Like maybe you should put
the
some money towards, care bags.
Yeah. It's so funny when you wrote that, man. My brain straight away is like, oh, we're getting bags of coke. A couple of care bags. But yeah, for those of the new listeners, and if you're in Perth and you want to join us, even if you don't want to join us,
and just
you
want
can
to donate,
donate and go for a run wherever you are. Care bags is, I actually heard them a few years ago.
They're WA as well. I said in the clip, Australia-wide, it's WA, so this makes it even more important to the people who are going to be here. Your donation is actually going to impact foster children.
Foster kids and kids that have got poverty.
Care,
You basically... They pack a bag full of stuff the kids would need.
Yeah. And so on Christmas, they're on that Christmas drive at the moment, so they're going to get some Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And it's great. Great local, and Jagger's involved, and obviously being a kid who's gone through the foster care system.
Yeah.
And
do you mean Australian champion Jagger?
Australian boxing champion.
Wow.
Yeah, well done.
Fuck, everyone that comes on this pod gets pretty successful after.
Well, anyone wanting to be champion of the world, come on.
Anyone looking to enter politics and make a difference. When are you going? Sorry, yeah. So care bags, it's at the link in our bio.
It's
on the
links in our bio and in the event on the Facebook page.
Yeah. And we're going to have, what have we got, about 60 to 80 people already coming for the run?
I have no idea. I'm a little worried there's going to be too many. But it's
better than not enough.
In my head, I'd love...
You think the businesses are going to care that they got too many beers?
Exactly. But I just get worried that it'd be too much of a... Like, they'd be like, oh, fuck. But, so for example, I hit up Trig Island Cafe and they're like, yeah, we can't cater to you.
Yeah, right.
And so, like, if there's a lot of people in there and you got 50 people rock up wanting a quick pint...
Yeah. Well, 60 would be half the venue.
Yeah. So froth, that's why we had to go early.
Yep.
Because
they got super busy.
Yeah, well, they capacity and they couldn't hold it. So we're going before they open. They're opening an hour early for us.
Well, maybe
thanks, Pete, for that as well.
Maybe we get... I don't know.
Yeah. But, it should be good. I'm excited.
I've just gone for 2 runs. And
it's okay? Or
my foot's fucked, bro.
Yeah, so just ride.
I just did 2.5 yesterday, 2.5 today.
Because
the pain is not going away.
It'll be great especially for that first leg with froth, making sure they're open and sorted because they're supposed to open up early. But even at the end, right in the head. 16-kilometer run. The
Yeah.
last leg is going to be.
One leg is 16 Ks. Fuck.
That's the last leg.
I'm going to try and, because it's 2 weeks away,
Yeah.
I'm going to try and actually just get up to running, hopefully, the first leg, and I'll get my bike.
There's a
at the
5
next
kilometer
one.
leg.
Oh, yeah?
Do you think? And that's
Yeah,
from
that's good.
Clancy's Fish Bar to Scarborough Oceans.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Let's see. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just
but
wear
I've got my, oh man, fuck. So
Yeah.
my bike, I already told you, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got a new bike to test out.
Yeah, that's so good. That's such a good bike, man. I can't believe you got that. Triathletes at home are going to be going, what the fuck? You got a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else has been going on? There's been some fucking hectic shit going
Well,
on.
I was going to ask you, what's your prediction for the JFK files if Trump does get...
Yeah, he'll release them. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your prediction about what's actually happened?
What everyone else is going to say. No. What everyone else knows. So the CIA orchestrated it because he was going to dissolve them.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So that's when an organization designed to protect their country ends up killing their own president because he's going to dissolve them because he understands they're corrupt.
Right.
If you were to expose that.
And do you think it's just like one or two people that were corrupt that made it through to leadership?
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Because if you were CIA and you're working for your boss, you're just doing what they tell you.
The thing I think is interesting is like who's taken over those roles and what do they know about those sorts of things and what are they influencing now?
Should we do a JFK breakdown episode so people...
The assassination.
Across it? Yeah, just like all
Good
the
idea.
things that led up to it.
Good idea.
All right, so we'll put that thought on hold.
Okay, cool.
All right, what else did you want to talk about? Because we'll do a Patreon at the end.
The cabinets.
Cabinets?
The cabinet appointments by Trump.
Okay.
Like who he's been appointing.
Well,
so he's
inform me.
appointed. So he's appointed Tulsi.
Didn't somebody
Tulsi
step
Gabbard.
down? They got appointed, they stepped
Yeah,
down?
Gates. Yeah. He's the one. So,
Bill Gates?
No, he's the one who said, I never know how to pronounce his name. It's spelled Gates.
G-A-E-T-Z?
Yeah.
Gates.
Gates. We'll go Gates.
Gates.
He so he's had a few issues, and so he had to step down because it was just it was distracting from everything. It was taken away from the role. He was meant to be, I think, Attorney General, and he's the one who said all these people who are doing the sex ban on men, you look like a thumb.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Like no one wants to have sex
fuck
with you.
you anyway.
And then the reporter after asked, "Oh, how do you feel? Like, do you stand by what you said?" Then he's like, "Yeah." It's like, what do you say to the people who are offended by what you just said? And he's like, be offended.
Yeah.
Like,
so good.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish he was still.
So funny. The people that are complaining, the blue head fucking fat thumbs.
Yeah.
No one wants to fuck you. He's right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure someone will fuck you.
Yeah.
But, I think this chair just snapped. I found a great stat where it's like, if 99% of the world found you unattractive, that's still 1 million people that find you attractive.
Yeah.
That's
so interesting.
Just move to India.
Yeah. So he pointed at RFK.
So he's the head of health or something?
Yeah,
health
minister, I think it was. I should find the actual exact roles, the names.
Yeah, because I wouldn't even know what they do. I just know that it's probably going to be a good thing.
Chafee's on the list.
Yeah, that's nuts. To be what?
To be part of the team that investigates chronic disease.
Wow. Well, we know what the cure is from Chafee.
Carnivore. It would be for more.
I think the farmers might have him assassinated.
So instead of so he's on the cure side of things, but also what he's great at and what a number of people who will be on that list would be.
Ironically, the meat guy wants the cure.
Yeah. What's contributing to the chronic disease is the issue. I love this fucking libtard response to the appointment of RFK saying, why does he want to look into this? Like, what do you mean? Like, what?
Who said that?
Like,
why do they want to look into what's causing obesity?
No, why are they wanting to look into the vaccines? And why are they wanting to... What do you mean?
Oh, my God, bro.
What do you mean? Like, what is dangerous about doing a
study? What is
dangerous? I am interested in what... So people are going, what does he hope to find? And they're gobsmacked as to why. And all he wants to do...
The vaccine has worked.
...is test the vaccination's safety, not effectiveness, safety, like any other medication is tested, to against an inert placebo. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, if anything, it'll prove that your vaccines work.
Correct. So there's that, and obviously looking into a lot of other things. I think we talked about it with the fluoridation of the water, and the wording of the fact checks on that. They're like, no, fluoride has been associated with lower IQ, but it has not been shown to lower your IQ.
Yeah.
Which is just saying it's going to restrict your ability to develop a stronger IQ as you're developing as a child, but it's not gonna make you dumber by having it. Yeah. That's like saying, this thing's going to cause you cancer. It's not going to give you cancer, but we can. If we stopped it now, you're not going to get it when you're older, sort of thing. It's retarded. That's what it is.
Which the word has come back into vogue now, but it doesn't mean someone with special needs. It just means a really, really dumb idea.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. I'm seeing a lot more people say retarded without worrying.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
That's retarded, mate.
Because I'm saying it for what its true value is. Someone whose brain doesn't work correctly.
Pronounced liberal.
Yeah. If your brain doesn't work correctly.
Means you've had too many vaccines and not eaten enough meat.
What, they think retarded people think that they're not retarded?
I'm not on board with this one. I'm gonna tread away. This is wholly represented by Cameron Branch.
I'm not going to.
I don't think
the word? Yeah,
the word retarded shouldn't be used to
vilify.
Talk about people with special needs, because they're not retarded. Their learning is retarded.
Yeah,
that's what
learning disability. Yeah.
Retarded just means to slow down or be late.
Yeah.
So, the
retardation. Yeah,
is the learning abilities.
Yeah, the learning abilities.
Yeah. Democrats.
Yeah.
So
I think we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
So all Democrats are retarded.
Nah, that's a bad thing to say. There's a lot of smart Democrats that believe the right thing. They just have probably misinformation.
I told you I did that, eh? I started following.
You did a Democrat?
I started following some smart Democrats.
Yeah.
And left-leaning people.
I think like their ideals probably work. It's just that they have too much corruption. But so do everyone's corrupt, man. Everyone that gets any taste of power is corrupt.
It's funny because everyone's ideals
ideals don't work, right?
Yeah, but what they want to see in the world, when you stack them up, the left and the right, they both want the same thing.
Yeah.
They both want a peaceful cohesion. They want everyone to be happy. They just disagree on the way to get there.
Yeah.
Time and time again, we see that. There'd be slight differences here and there, but they all want the same thing. If we could understand that and see that we all want the same thing and we just disagree on the ways and the methods to get there, then there might be a little bit more.
It's the same thing as religion.
Yeah.
They all want the same thing, but they disagree on who said it better.
Mate, that is a very good point.
Yeah.
100%. And that's what orchestrates the division.
Yeah.
And instead of us going, well, we all have a common goal, let's come together.
That's the devil, baby.
Yeah.
The devil works when we're all divided.
Does anyone, like maybe there's some fucking proper psychopaths out there, but does anyone actually want the worst for the world? I don't think so.
If you do, then you're a devil.
I guess there are like the elites at the top, the echelons that actually...
I don't even think they'd want the worst. They just want the world to stay as it is so they can use it to their advantage. You don't want the world... What's the point of being in charge if there's no one to be in charge of?
Yeah, and they see their grip on that power and their control slipping away, so they have to do
Can we get an interview with an elite? Can't we get a guest like, hey, today we actually have an elite on. Let's discuss.
I don't think they go on podcast, Daniel.
But, I mean, we talk about them as if they're this invisible, unknown entity.
Yeah.
Who are you, man? If you're an elite, can you just reach out? I want to have a chat. I want to join you.
The
Dogecoin? Department of Government.
Efficiency.
That's such a smart move by Elon to name it after his coin.
Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk taking that role.
That's
and
so
I
sick.
love
That's
the
gangster.
meme that has been put out there.
What is it?
It's so good. It's Ari Gold going in and just fucking shooting everyone with the paintball.
I still haven't watched Entourage, but I get it. So.
It is the best scene in that TV show, in my opinion, when he just goes in with that paintball gun and just shoots every cunt in the new company that he bought. He's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Who do you represent? Bang.
Of course.
But, mate, they're going to go in and go, what the fuck is this DEI stuff?
Yeah. It's the dumbest shit. Even just being on the mine site, speaking to them up there, the diversity inclusion, that fucking Kate Emery, she is so fucking annoying, bro.
Should we get her on
articles fucking suck so much. She triggers me.
Should we get...
I'd love to have her on just to see what she's like as a person and see if she actually believes the bullshit that she writes.
I think she...
Because that article...
Going back on what we were talking about, she genuinely probably thinks she's working towards what
and
we all
we
want.
could be wrong. She might be right. And it just pisses me off because it doesn't suit my narrative.
Potentially. But that is a self-reflection that most libtards don't have, Daniel.
Well, like, she did an article on the Mines, bro, talking about the diversity inclusion. And she's interviewed a guy and he said, as a white male, I feel like my experience and my word is worth nothing. So I'm too afraid to say it. I've had 30 years experience and a woman that's been in the role for 2 years gets a role over me. And her very next comment was, maybe it's because there's nothing between his ears. Like, you fucking dumb cunt, bro. You've just taken a quote about a man saying, I don't feel listened to or appreciated, and I've had this role, and because of this diversity inclusion, and she's just taken that whole thing down to, oh, you're a dumb cunt. How disrespectful.
I have someone very close to me is very high up in a position like that. That's within one of those sorts of companies up north, and the DEI stuff comes in where they select a woman to give them the position, and then they end up getting trained by a man that's below them.
Yeah, right.
To get into the role.
Yeah. Well,
instead of also that man was also going for the job.
Yeah, that's not on. And even like from the I won't say the mine sites was that, but I bumped into, ironically, she was an ex-student of mine, and she's working up there as a loader, and a young 20-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And they both drive loaders, and they work. She said, she goes, this women inclusion thing is bullshit. She goes, when women get in power here, they start treating all the other women like shit. It's all bitchiness. When there's too many girls on site, there's too much bitchiness, nothing gets done. When it's the guys, she goes, they just have it out right there and then move on and get work done. When there's too many girls, there's all on social media.
Yeah.
So maybe adults need to be banned. There's bullying, there's backstabbing, there's bitching.
Yeah.
There's too many issues. Everyone's walking on eggshells and the workplace is not fun to be around. That's directly out of the mouths of two girls that work up there as loaders. And the guys weren't allowed to say that because you get fired.
Yeah.
And they were like, as soon as a woman gets a role of power, it's fucked because they start treating all the other girls like shit and unfairly.
Yeah, and they're not.
And that's a generalization. I'm sure there's great sites and great chicks, but
there's the outliers.
there's the inherent nature. You know what girls are like and what guys are like. You can generalize teenage girls as opposed to teenage guys. As a teacher, I know if the bullying is happening with guys, they'll be talking shit for a while, have it out, and then 9 times out of 10 you become mates after that.
Yeah.
Girls, they'll bitch and you'll form alliances and pacts. It's literally like Survivor in high school.
Mate,
You think that doesn't happen in a workplace? Everyone here knows that happens, but you're too afraid to say it because you think it's politically incorrect. It's not fucking politically incorrect.
Yeah.
It's a true observation and statement about a generalized term of things.
How often do you see, and this is not an indictment
happens
against
in
women,
comedy.
but how often do you see like a girl with a best friend and then they've got a new best friend and then they've got a new best friend and you're like, what happened to the other one? Oh, we don't talk anymore.
Yeah. We don't talk anymore.
And that does happen with men as well.
Yeah. Well, I've had that a couple of times.
Yeah, but it's just...
Maybe I'm a woman in my relationships.
You got the feminine. But the, you do, You're
I know.
not allowed to say what you're seeing.
I know the girls listening are going to 100% agree with us.
Yeah.
And the problem is, if you speak out...
60% of the listeners are women.
Yeah. If you speak out and say that, people don't because they're afraid of how they're going to be perceived. If more of us just started fucking saying what we see and not trying to diminish that as a slur, a racist remark, a misogynistic remark, a sexist remark. If you are seeing something and you formulate your observation into words that is not a racist or a misogynistic or anti-Semitic thing, it is just saying what you see. When you then go, that's because our race is better than their race, that's when you start going, or if you're like, men are smarter than women, which we know they are. But it's when you start saying dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
And the guy that dropped us off, man, he was just saying like, we're all for equity. but equality doesn't exist. He goes, we've had things where we've had to move a fucking big barrel of iron ore and the girl's not physically strong enough to do it, and a guy has to come in and do it for him while they stand back. Is that what you want? That's not equality in a job. If you can do the same job, you should be paid the same thing. If you can't physically do it, then automatically you either don't have the job or you get paid less because you're doing less. Full stop. End of conversation. I've just solved sexism in the workplace.
Well done, Daniel.
Just a bit of fucking logic, man. Get your idealistics and your feelings out of it and work with fucking facts and logic. If you're in the army and you get shot, and I don't care if it's a woman or a fucking small man.
Yeah.
If they can't lift me to safety, I don't want them being next to me.
Yeah.
If you're a fucking small dude with no muscle, you're just as shit as a strong chick that can't move me. It doesn't matter. Equity, not equality.
I am going to clip that up, Daniel.
Go, I'll stand by that.
And it's going to get some hate, but it's fucking true.
Yeah. And leave this bit in. That's fine. If you disagree, that's great. That's why we have a democracy. It's fine to disagree. But please give me your explanation. If you are in a war and you get shot and the person next to you cannot remove you from that danger, how is that being sexist? Because it could be a guy, a girl, or a trans, or a fucking dog. If your dog's not fit to carry you,
and if that
fucking
woman,
get rid of the dog, bring a bigger one in,
and
get me a Doberman instead of a Jack Russell.
And if that woman is able to do that, then
fucking oath, I'll have her next to me.
Correct.
No problem.
Correct.
Just fucking don't drive me out.
Yeah, give them the opportunity to prove it. Keep them at...
Just joking about the driving, obviously.
Give them the opportunity to prove themselves.
100%.
And equal opportunity to prove themselves. And if they can't, sorry.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you have between your legs or where you're from.
Correct.
And I think that's the best example you can ever give. If your life is in danger and that person can get you out of it, that's what you want. That's true equality.
But why is it wrong to celebrate the differences between men and women?
It's not.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, bro. If I had a wife that was the same as me, I'm not having sex with her. I can tell you that.
But bro, we're gym bros.
Yeah.
We're just a gym bro podcast.
Yeah, man.
With 60% female listeners.
Yeah, well, I'm not a gym bro, but I'm trying to get back in.
Maybe it's because most of the women in the fucking world are sick of being pandered to and actually go, no, this is what we want. We do want equal opportunity, but we actually
Are we male feminists all of a sudden?
Yeah, we actually understand the differences between men and women, and we're not fucking shying away from that. Yeah. There is differences between genders.
Correct.
How is that controversial to suggest?
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's a social construct. I actually know people who think that if women had more training and more athletic opportunities, they would be just as fast and strong as men.
It's not true.
It's biology.
But you would be faster than some men.
Of course.
Yeah.
But the top of the top would not fucking come near.
I will back a Nigerian sprinter against a Japanese sprinter.
Well, this is
right.
True. Like, I'm not going to go up and play basketball against some of the black people in America. I'm just not as good.
Yeah.
My biology makeup is not going to be.
Are you trying to say black people are better at basketball than white people?
I'm trying to say yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, no, you can't say that. You should say based off statistics,
and
because Serbia are quite good now.
Yeah, their biological makeup, though, largely, broadly speaking, is So this is their biological makeup. Serbians, like, I'm sure.
Are you saying their whites are better than us whites? Because that's true. The Serbian whites are better than us, the Oz whites at basketball.
Oh, we're pretty close, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're very close. We fucked up hard in the Olympics.
Where's Nikola Jokic from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we fucked up hard in the Olympics.
Yeah, diversity inclusion.
Yeah. Did you see that shitty fucking netball thing?
Oh my God.
And they did
bro, you're doing
elite sport and you dance to Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC.
Bye.
It's a Deadpool and you think, brother, come on, man. We're trying to support male netball. And the New Zealanders have got the haka. Hey, yeah. These guys go, bye. Come on, boys.
Fuck, man. All four men doing netball, but fuck me.
Yeah, it's not really. I think it's quite funny.
It's elite sport, man.
But it's. Who was like, boys, huddle up. This is what we're going to do. We're going to intimidate the team by dancing to NSYNC.
What if one of them isn't gay? And they were like,
Are you suggesting you have to be gay to like dancing?
I'm assuming most of them are gay.
Only one of them you can tell immediately is. the lead guy is clearly
Is it wrong that I've assumed they're gay?
Yeah, well, I can see. I was thinking, like, are these guys gay? There's a couple that you're like,
Yeah, I'm sure there's some guys who would just
you can tell by the dance moves. You can tell as a generalization again. As a generalization.
How dare you assume?
You can't assume, but
can't
as a
assume.
generalization, I think you could pick a gay guy dancing from a straight guy 9 times out of 10.
Well, Delby, you'd be coming across as gay because you're good at dancing.
Correct. I'm the 1 out of 10.
And I'm the one that you
Oh,
definitely
you
know
are
is-
so straight. Or you're that gay that it doesn't allow you to let the gayness through.
I'm the worst. I could possibly be the worst dancer in WA.
Bro, you can't find a beat the same way I can't find a clitoris.
No.
It's like your hands are searching the same way mine are. Is it here? No, the beat's not here. Is the clitoris down here? No, it's not.
Have you seen that video of me dancing?
Of
at
course
our
I
high
have.
school
That's why I'm
reunion?
saying it.
And then at Pinder's wedding,
No, I didn't see that one.
I did the one-legged Dutchman.
Oh, nice.
I got told
Sounds
about
like
that.
a sex move.
Adam Gray was like, the one-legged Dutchman. I just like twist one leg. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Like
I know
you're
the
doing
move
the-
you're talking about. Yeah. How do you even have sex, bro? You got no rhythm, bro.
Nothing, man. I just sort of thrust really fast and hope it does the
Well,
job.
stick to that. That's crumping.
Is it?
Yeah. So you can crump hump.
Is that like, what do you call it? Like
Having a seizure, what you're doing right there. I don't know.
That's what I do. So that's what Grace has to put up with. Have you seen that meme with the penguin? Like on top, what women see versus what men
Nah.
see, and they got Wonder Woman going. Like it's a beautiful.
Oh,
look.
the actual penguin.
Yeah, and then they got the penguin just go. I'll show
pretty
it.
true.
I'll show it to you after. But fuck yeah, we got a big week and some more in-depth conversations on some topics. So maybe we'll just finish
We'll hold
on that.
out for
Anything you want to?
Yeah, we'll just hold out for Patreon. I've got a couple of things I want to
sick.
talk
Okay,
about.
Cool. Wolfie, you want to jump on for Patreon? All right, cool.
It's like
Right
it's
now,
just going to
10
be like
minutes.
10 minutes.
All
Yeah,
right,
so,
cool.
So
All right.
you'll and there'll be no
And it's just
visual
audio, so
of-
just stand there.
No, mate, I want to be in the video.
There's no video.
Wait, he
Patreon's
needs
just
a
audio.
microphone.
Yeah,
It's mic on, right?
yeah, number 4.
Fuck. But yeah, before we do that, when's this going out tonight?
Goes out. Yeah.
This Friday, I've got my last 1 hour solo show, I think, of the year. Hashtag the X 7 o'clock at Bark. If you're a Patreon, there is a link to message me to get your free tickets.
There you go, mate. It'd be nice to do a solo show, just to yourself.
Oh, like your pod.
yeah, like my podcast.
I love it.
I'm loving it so
This
far.
is the best. All right, well,
But yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, I guess we'll just plug that.
yeah, because we're about to jump on the Patreon.
There's
so
good new merch from what you posted.
yes, and
So it's
I
pretty
think-
cool.
I think I want to sell it as well.
Yeah, well, do you want to hit up the guy that originally offered us? And then you've
print
outsourced
out a
it?
heap, and then we'll sell them instead of the.
Is that what he does?
That printify shit
it's a
was
fucking
fucking annoying.
nightmare.
So yeah, if we just invest a few, maybe $500.
Are you
into
going to
getting
invest
some-
or
Dude,
not?
you can do it at Officeworks. Print them there.
No, this is like shirts and shit.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they really?
They print shirts.
That was
Oh, wow.
it was the Make Orwell fiction again.
Dude, just print them there. They cost a bit more, but you can just do it one by one.
I reckon we should do Make Parenting Great Again, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, we'll go into the Patreon. Thanks, listeners, and
Cheers.
if you want to hear some more, join the Patreon.
Sure.